Today's video, we start with a hydration chart. Am I hydrated? Aim for clear urine at least 10 times a day. Eat a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables. Drink a quart of water before meals. Thank you.
Okay, welcome to the video. We are in Adelaide, Australia. This is gorgeous. So it's going to be 21 years, I think this, 22 years in 2020. Crazy how time flies. I've seen the Tour de France, I've seen most of the races in Europe. It is, Trinidad, in my opinion, is the best. Okay, welcome to the video. We are in Adelaide, Australia. This is Gorge Road. This is some Tour de Under tips. I've been watching every edition of Tour de Under since 1999, so it's going to be 21 years, I think this, 22 years in 2020. Crazy how time flies. I've seen the Tour de France, I've seen most of the races in Europe. It is, Trinidad, in my opinion, is the best race to watch as a spectator because you get to ride around, you get to see every stage, you can spend the week in Adelaide, which is an amazing city of Australia, and thousands of people have come here from watching my videos over the last, since 2008. I've been doing videos about Tour de Under since 2008, so that's, what are we in at? 11 years of making videos about Tour de Under. If you haven't been to Adelaide yet, this is probably your year to come. 2020, put it on the calendar. It's a great time. Everybody who comes to Tour de Under has a fantastic time. The only people who don't have a good time is the people who have a crash going down Gorge Road too fast. So if you do come here, just be aware. There's rocks on the road, there's koalas, there's kangaroos, there's fatigued riders. Just take it easy on the descents, all right? Just, that's, if you promise me one thing, is bring sun protection, bring water, bring sugar, and take it easy on the descents and corners, all right? I've seen some nasty crashes from people going way too fast, above their skill set, or they don't understand a kangaroo is going to come out around the corner, or some gravel or rocks or whatever. So just chill. Just chill. So that's the first one, is just safety. If you come to Adelaide, just be safe, wear bright colour stuff, pay attention to the road conditions, be understanding there are a lot of wildlife here. There's snakes and spiders and 6-foot kangaroos, and some people actually, unfortunately do die on the bike in Adelaide, having accidents with kangaroos and stuff. So just chill, man. Just take it easy in the downhill, all right? So that's the first one, safety. Next one would be sun protection. Come to Adelaide. The UV is extreme in Adelaide. If you want to fry your skin, make your skin look like beef jerky, then come to Adelaide with no sun protection. I like to just have arm covers on, maybe a hat with a bit of a visor. Even when it's full on extreme, I even wear a little Teletubbies lycra thing on my face, just to protect that skin from extreme UV ozone layer, hole in the ozone layer, which we have in Adelaide. But it's enjoyable as well, because if you're out in the sun every day, if you're fair skin like me, the sun will take a beating for your skin. So if you want the beef jerky look, go for it. If you don't, then cover up with some lightweight sun sleeves, and then if you go past the tap, you can put some water on there, stay cool. So sun protection's a great one, very, very important. There's nothing worse than getting sunburnt on a hot day. It makes you hot at night, you don't sleep well, it dehydrates you, it lowers your blood plasma, and it makes your holiday a little bit less fun. So that's a big one, is stay sun smart. Hydration, another one is, Adelaide's very, very dry. It's probably the driest city in the world. I can't think of a drier city than Adelaide. It's like dry, man. Seriously, it's dry. So make sure you drink enough water so you have clear urine at least every 2 to 3 hours. So it's very, very important, that clear urine. It's a huge one. I see so many people, they come out on the side of the road, they're waiting for hours, and they've got no water with them, or they don't have enough water, and you can see their face starts to go a bit red, and their mood's dropping, and they get a bit apathetic. And it should be a marvellous day. You've come to Adelaide, it's a marvellous place. Just please bring water, bring extra water. You can't have too much water. Share it if you need to, but just hydrate. It's so important. Wake up and just drink a litre of water. Maybe it sloshes in your gut a little bit, but later in the day you'll be glad you had that litre of water, and just increase that blood plasma, all right? So the blood plasma, we want to have higher blood plasma, high blood volume all day. It's going to put you in a better mood. You'll have better heat regulation, and you just have better digestion. So yeah, if you're going to hit the beers at night as well, just make sure you drink a lot of water beforehand. I see a lot of people really fade because of the dehydration aspect, all right? So just please drink enough water. aim for clear urine every 2 to 3 hours. All right, there's plenty of road stop stalls here. You can piss in the bushes. It's all good. Back to nature. All right, the next one would be carbohydrates. The low carb craze is definitely hitting cycling. I see a lot of cyclists out. I'm out most days up Norton Summit or around the town, and I do see a lot of cyclists go low carb, and you can spot them because they're really struggling on the hills. You can tell they're going full gas. They're bent over the bike. Their face is really into it, and they're breathing hard, but they're maybe doing 150 or 100 watts. And you can tell that's just low carb. That's just low carb effect right there. So please don't do the low carb diet. It's not good for your safety because you can't pay attention. It's also bad for your fitness because it makes your thyroid gland quite slow. And it makes you anemic because your red blood cells run on sugar. So if you don't have enough sugar, then your red blood cells die off, within a few hours to a few days. So you want to have lots of carbohydrates, sugar, rice, jelly beans, fruit, tinned fruit, dried fruit, jam sandwiches, things like that. And make your carb options. Whenever you have some carbs, do your best to make it low fat, all right? Because people think of carbs as donut and chocolate, but that's just full of fat. 50% calories come from fat. So you want to have as low as fat as possible. That will increase your insulin sensitivity. You have better stamina, better mood, and your weight will just drop off, all right? So then you get to the point here like Natasha where you're getting almost too skinny, and then you have to cut your kilometers back each week. So there's a big thing there. Nutrition's huge. More carbs, better. You can't eat too much carbohydrate, but you can definitely eat too much fat. So before you pick up a carbohydrate meal or a snack, go, how many grams of fat is in this food right now? If it's a Mars bar, it's going to be like, 50% calories from fat. A Krispy Kreme donut's probably like 10 grams of fat. So every gram of fat you eat is the fat you wear. So understand that. You need your sugars, you need your carbs, but you don't need much fat at all, especially if you've got excess body fat. So that's a big one. So it's carbohydrates. We understand carbs are king and queen of nutrition. That's where the power comes from, the glucose-derived ATP, the mitochondria. They feed on the sugars, the muscle glycogen. It fuels the working muscles. Simple as that. If you want to be lean, eat low fat. If you want to be fast, eat high carb. Bingo. If you want to be lean and fast, high carb, low fat. So that's just fantastic there. Where to stay in Adelaide? I would recommend in the city area, or if you want to see an Australian beach, maybe down Glenelg or West Beach. They're probably a little bit far from the stages, so I'd probably recommend, my personal bias, because I live here, is eastern suburbs. I live in Beulah Park, which is near Norwood, McGill area. Eastern suburbs, get an Airbnb, and maybe share it with some friends. You can even camp out if you need to. Bike packing is fantastic places to bike pack around Adelaide. Bike pack anywhere. If you're into bike packing, you know what I'm talking about. Accommodation wise, free. So that's an option there. Is accommodation. It's from sleep on the beach to bike packing style to the Hilton Hotel where the team stay. So you got a lot of options there. I would say get in early so you don't miss out. And let's talk about gearing. We're riding up Corkscrew Road here. There's a lot of classic, iconic local climbs here in Adelaide. Corkscrew would be one of them. Gearing, I would recommend put a 30 on your front, a 46-30 on the front with a 32 at the back. You can definitely get away with a compact, a 50-34 with a 32 on the back, for sure. But if you really want to check out the iconic climbs, and especially hit them after a long day in the saddle, I do rate the 46-30 on the front. If you're running a Shimano 11-speed chain rings, the absolute black 46-30 oval rings will fit the Shimano 11-speed cranks up the front. So I do recommend the 46-30. That's what I use for most of my climbs here in Adelaide. That said, a compact crank 50-34 over 28 is going to be fine if you're quite a strong, fast rider in the climbs. But it depends which climbs you want to do as well. If you want to do, have a crack at my time up Cherryville. That's a pretty epic climb. You got Woodlands Way, Corkscrew, etc. So hopefully there's some helpful tips there. If you have any more questions, hit me up down below. We'll see you. Tour down under. Welcome to Adelaide. Welcome to Australia.